Hello, and welcome, Washington Writers Academy, to the 2020-2021 school year. Before we begin, I would just like to remind our students and families of our three B's here at Washington: be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and ready to learn. Again, I want to congratulate the teachers, students, staff, parents, and community partners of Washington and Woodward on successful completion and release from the Michigan Department of Education Partnership Agreement. Well done, everyone. Congratulations to you all. Our orientation today, although virtual, we'll begin with some reminders of our office staff, uh, beginning with myself, Miss Hannah, formerly known as Miss Spiller, principal here of Washington Writers Academy, Miss Joy, Miss Pam is part-time secretary. Miss Kirk is still with us as our homeschool support specialist. We'd like to welcome Mr. Smith, our new achievement behavior support specialist, and also a welcome to Mr. Daniel, who will be our Communities and Schools daytime site coordinator. Ms. McDaniel is still serving us in our Communities and School after school program coordinator role. And of course, Ms. Emma Westra, WMU counseling supervisor on site here at Washington Writers Academy. We're going to cover a number of topics today, ranging from the tiered one model option to some keys to a successful school year. I'll also be discussing our schedules, expectations for learning, and new health and safety guidelines for visiting us here at the school. So, first and foremost, you, if you are in this presentation, the majority of you chose option one, which is the tiered progression toward a fully in-person model. We are moving to trimesters, and so our first trimester begins August 31st, which is Monday, a week from today, and runs through November 24th. And that is fully remote, taught by KPS teachers with classmates here from Washington. If it is safe to do so, beginning on November 30th, we will go to the hybrid model, which is 2 days in person with social distancing and 3 days of learning activities at home. And then the hope and goal is to move into tier 3 in trimester 3, beginning March 15th. And that would be fully in person, 5 days a week for all students. But again, only if it is deemed absolutely safe for us to do so. Just some key terms for you. Remote learning, that takes place when schools are closed for in-person instruction and KPS teachers work with their classes utilizing technology. There's a schedule, attendance is taken, and assignments are due. The difference between remote learning and virtual learning is that virtual learning is an online option, no matter if schools are teaching remotely or in person, and it is more self-directed and self-paced. The 2B complete virtual option, especially that is utilizing an external vendor and not KPS teachers. Some key terms Synchronous is used to mean that each student has regularly scheduled online classes with their teachers and peers. It's called synchronous learning because it is live with teachers and the students are together at the same time. Asynchronous learning is when a student may access their learning or their assignments at the time of the student's choosing. They are often pre recorded lessons, and it's called asynchronous because they're not doing their work at the same time. It's more of on demand learning. So, next, we're going to get into some schedules and a potential daily schedule for PEEP begins at 10 a.m. With live whole group instruction, social emotional, and language literacy. And all of the live sessions are recorded. And following that, after about a half hour, 10:30, live group music and movement, which is recorded, story time, and then lunch, a little lunch break from 12:15 to 12:45. 12:45 starts individual family visits. Those are three 30-minute groups, virtually, of course. We are going to stay safe. And lastly, office hours and parent support, which is 2:30 to 3:50. Next are snapshots of potential or sample daily schedules for students in grades kindergarten through fifth. And this is a sample of group A. And again, this is just a snapshot. There are more detailed coming up in the next few slides here. But for students in grades K through fifth, their day their synchronous day with their teacher starts at 10 o'clock a.m. And so, for instance, if your child is in group A, they would begin at 10 o'clock with live ELA instruction. And that instruction also is recorded. And then beginning at 12:45, small groups would start to take place. And the next day, they would do the same thing for mathematics. This is a sample of the independent schedule for kindergarten through fifth. This is no set schedule, but there are a minimum number of minutes that are required. And so during this flex time, uh, students may work on Lexia, Dreambox, independent reading and writing, independent practice, which would be um, things or assignments given from their teacher, and then optional minus activity time and equity cohort supports would all happen during flexible times after the live instruction. This is the previous slides put together so that you can kind of get an idea of what a day may look like. Again, this is just a sample, and this sample beginning at 10 is for group A. And so once you get your child's specific schedule from us here at Washington on Thursday or Friday of this week, um, you will know whether or not your child is in group A or group B. And they are split that way for to allow for smaller groups of instruction, and then also if it is safe for us to move into the hybrid model, then that would determine which days of the week your child would attend in person. So group B students begin their day at 11:15 every day. Now, I'm going to shift this a little bit. For students in grades kindergarten through third, their day would look more like this. Um, as you can see, from 10 to 11, that is group A. 11, 15, and 12, 15, that is group B. And so regardless of their grade level, kindergarten through third, group A starts at 10, group B starts at 11. There is a break for lunch, and then small group instruction and interventions take place. Science and social studies occur on Wednesdays in either group A or group B, depending on where your child is. And then there's also time for student-centered support and small group support. Teachers have office hours daily from 2:45 to 4 o'clock. So although this is a teacher schedule, it kind of breaks down a little bit more what a student schedule will look like. And so if your child is in group A1, they would have small group time with their teacher from 12:45 to 1:15, which would then leave the rest of the day for the flexible learning requirements, be that work provided by the teacher, Lexia, Dreambox, all of the things listed in the flexible times for independent learning. Fourth and fifth grade at Washington also looks a bit different. As you know, we have 3 teachers departmentalized, which means that they each teach something different, yet they share all of our fourth and fifth graders. And so ELA would be again with Miss Wilson this year. If your child started ELA instruction, group A, then they would meet with her from 10 to 10:30. She would do the same thing with group B, but your child from 10:35 to 11:05 may be in math or maybe in science. So you will get more specific details as far as the schedule for your child uh, Thursday and Friday this week if you are able to attend our distribution days. The expectations for learning daily attendance is required. This is school, and so it is different than what we are used to. Yet, our main goal and priority is ensuring everyone is safe and healthy. So, um, I cannot stress the importance of attendance. It is required every day. Uh, Students must attend and be engaged in lessons and assignments because those assignments will be graded. So unlike the spring, this will not be a credit or no credit or meet expectations or does not. This is for grades and for successful completion of their grade level this year. So it is also important for parents to check their students' progress and also play a major part in their child's learning, visiting Google Classrooms, getting with teachers and communicating often through those open office hours, Google Classrooms. And again, this is school, so we must treat it as such. If you have questions about your child or children, or you're unsure about how they're progressing, or you have technical difficulties, remember that teachers have office hours daily from 2:45 to 4. And they will each give you information about how to access their Google Classroom so that you can meet with them virtually, or of course you may give them a call or shoot them an email. The Home Access Center is available, kalamazoopublicschools.com/home access center. If you have technical difficulties, you can contact the Information and Technology Department by calling 269-337-0283 or by emailing the help desk. The help desk link is found on the KPS website. You would go there, click on departments, and then click on technology, and it will specifically say email the help desk, and that is a link straight to the help desk for technology. Distribution of materials. Um, we will be distributing materials for students um, and Chromebooks if needed. That distribution will take place this Thursday, August 27th from 3:30 to 6 o'clock, and then Friday, August 28th from 10:30 to 1. We will be distributing all sorts of materials for remote learning. Um, we will also be giving class assignments, uh, the group assignment. So if your child is in a specific teacher's classroom and they are in group A, you will get that information as well. Teacher schedules. And of course, due to COVID-19, we didn't have our annual to give the student's name, and only one meal pack per student will be provided. Washington is again going to be a site for meals. And so our times again will remain the same, 11:30 to 12:30 on Monday and Wednesday next week, after Labor Day, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Keys for a successful 2021 school year: 3 R's: relationship, routines, and resilience. It's important to establish relationships with teachers here and all of our staff to establish a set routine for your child, and then just being resilient. Our year has been different. It ended differently last year. This is a different year to start. Uh, but of course, I know that all of us here in our Washington family, we are all quite resilient. Communication is a must in order for us all to get through this year successfully. We have to openly and honestly be able to communicate and communicate often. For additional information on the 2021 school year, visit kalamazoopublicschools.com/back to school for Washington specific information. We use Class Dojo. We have a Facebook page, emails, text messages, Facebook Messenger, robocalls, virtual meetings, or call the main office to speak with someone directly or to schedule an appointment. Remember, school starts August 31st. And I just wanted to remind everyone um, one of our favorite sayings or things that we like to live by here at Washington. We are the bees. Aerodynamically, the bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly, but the bumblebee does not know that. And so it goes on flying anyway. We will continue to fly Washington because that's what we do. We've had a number of setbacks over the years, everything from the priority status to school improvement grants, threats of closure, partnership agreements, you name it, Washington has faced it. We have faced a number of challenges and we have continued to fly, and we will continue to do so through COVID-19. There is no stopping the stinkers at Washington Writers Academy. And for those of you viewing, I have included our video that we are so proud of for you to view during your own time. So, again, we look forward to working with you all this year. Please be patient with us. Information, as you know, is ever changing. We will continue to do our best to provide a quality education for your children. We love them all. I love them all dearly. It pains me to not start the year with hugs and running feet, telling them to slow down. Yet, I will see you all virtually very soon, and I hope to see you all again this week for distribution. So please bring the babies on up so that we can get some waves and say hello to all of you. Welcome again, and we will do this, Washington. We will do so together.